Episode 82. We have Cage 2 hitting with us today. Shay, welcome to the show and to the studio.
Cage.
What?
Cage
Cage
Nicolas
2.
Cage.
It's
Well,
like a movie.
Yeah, so how are you guys doing this morning?
Did you find the treasure, Nicholas?
Oh, you're talking about
National
Come on,
treasure now?
dude. Nicholas Cage.
His name's
man.
not Nicholas in the movie though.
It is in real life, and he's still looking for
It's
it.
actually not his real name.
Oh,
he
yeah.
he did say he doesn't need the MCU because he's Nicolas Cage. But he also named a child like Moonbeam.
what?
What?
Yeah, look up Nicolas Cage's kids' names.
Well, that's.
Did he come
Hollywood,
up with
though.
that after he rode the motorcycle into hell?
Are you talking about
Probably
being
came up with that. After
Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider.
Oh,
yeah.
I think he had kids before then, but whatever.
Probably came up with those names. Well, actually, Hollywood probably came up with those names for him.
I don't know.
You know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
all the good people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
You're gonna
different.
Name your kid Apple.
Oh goodness.
So, how are you doing this morning, guys?
Doing good. Got some haircuts scheduled this morning for myself and Banks. I think we're just gonna shave it all off.
I don't believe you.
Start fresh.
You wouldn't pay to shave your head.
Start a new journey tomorrow at 7 a.m. It's an early haircut.
That's a lie.
I don't
don't
believe,
believe
I
that
don't
at
believe
all.
that you're shaving your head.
I don't believe that.
We'll see.
Oh, I'm just gonna get the ends cut up.
I'm gonna cut it down. Maybe go back to the ears. Do a little bob cut.
Bowl cut, just
It's just like like that guy.
If you do, I quit.
Just walk around. That dude there's like some rapper in like New York, some white dude that did that. He looks like that dude off of Shrek. The little
Farquaad.
yeah, that haircut.
Lord Farquaad.
He like does this all the time and just shakes his head back and forth.
I know what you're talking about.
It's funny.
That's funny.
But no, I don't plan on doing that. But I am gonna take a little bit off. I get a haircut like once a year, so. And he had early appointments tomorrow, so I was like, "Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get in there."
I need
Banks,
to, I need
Banks
to get in
needs
there
to-
too.
Banks needs
Split ends
to
are going crazy.
get all
Yeah.
kinds of
Yeah,
things done.
I need a haircut too.
Banks
Yeah.
needs to be shaved.
Banks needs to. I'm gonna have to strap him down to the chair in the morning, but he
Yes.
actually enjoys going to Doug's. So.
Central Banks.
Central Banks.
Oh, Barber Doug.
That's
Where's
right.
that at?
Shout out.
Who's that?
It's his thing's called like the House Barbershop. He's a guy that just I don't know. I've sent a bunch of people to him, and he's cut all my friends' hair for a long time.
Hmm.
He's cool. You could get your hair cut there with what you got left.
I have a
I
full
think
head of
you have-
hair.
I
What
think
do
he
you
has a full head of hair.
Yeah, but it's short. I'm just saying, like your hair's not long.
Yeah. Get
See,
lined up.
I
Get
guess.
lined up.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess. I guess.
How's your morning going?
Good. I got stuck behind a wood chipper. I sent you the picture.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
stuck
that's
behind
fun.
like a wood chipper from Derby all the way through Hayesville.
Oh,
Asplund. Just having a great time.
I was.
It's a great name.
It was good though. It was a nice drive. It was good.
there you go. Yeah.
Well-
Other than that, not too much this morning.
Yeah.
Just plugging along.
Slow and steady for a Thursday.
Yeah. We're doing the brakes on the Tahoe today, so I got to do that this afternoon. So that's gonna be fun.
Nice.
Woohoo!
That will be fun for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really, but
Do it on flat ground, okay?
we're just gonna get it done. So I got it done, and I ain't gotta worry about it.
Nice, nice. Well, Shay, so welcome to the show. Shay has been around for a while. We knew Shay playing slow pitch, and he has his own business called Cage 2 Hitting. And the purpose of this is just to share what you do and your community impact, because you have a lot of partnerships that are pretty neat, and you're doing some cool stuff in the softball world. And you've been doing it for a while, and life changed, and you went full time with it. So,
Yep.
talk about your business, man. Tell us about what you do and who you are.
Cage 2 is just. Cage 2 hitting. So we focus. Solely on hitting, but that's not everything that we do. Started with kind of like what I was telling Sheldon in the beginning. We started with baseball when I was living in Winfield. Started with baseball, and then it kind of just transformed into purely softball, and that just happened naturally. It was never hey, let's just market towards softball. Let's stay away from baseball, go towards softball. Never was like that. It just organically grew that way, and I honestly I love it. I love the softball side of it. It's different. The girls obviously are different from boys, just mentality wise, physicality wise. I love it. I love it. I don't see myself going back to baseball anytime soon, because there's a lot of baseball guys anyway. So I think we're covered in that section. But no, it's we're down in Derby and we hold hitting lessons. We as in me. I don't know why I keep saying we.
Yeah.
I do my sessions in Derby from now. We're like Sunday through Saturday. We're full. We have a good sized wait list too. So I'm trying to trim down for a little bit and go deeper with the kids. So I ended up buying I don't know if you guys saw, I bought a Rapsodo.
Mm-hmm.
Love that thing. I try not to look at it every swing, but I keep peeking
Sure.
over every single swing. That thing is sick though. But my plan is to kind of trim down my list, kind of weed out the people who are kind of on their way out already, whether they're a senior, whatever, done with softball soon, and then go deeper with the kids that I've been working with for the last, 2 to 3 years.
Sure.
So
Tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about your playing days. Where'd you come from? Kind of give a little bit of your background.
yeah, so I'm originally from Hawaii, and when I graduated high school, I signed to play at Arizona Western. We were practicing in 120-degree heat, and then we would go back to the dorms in the 60-degree AC blast in dorm. Spent a year there, and it was good. Playing was pretty limited. There were some dogs out there. Playing was pretty limited, and then I ended up transferring to JUCO in Olympic, Washington, or Bremerton, Washington. It was Olympic in Bremerton, Washington. And I honestly hated it there. It was I love the people, but it was too rainy for me. I'm not a big rain person, which is weird from Hawaii,
Does it rain a lot there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Especially where my high school was.
Yeah.
I was on kind of the rainy part of the island. And which is weird. I just don't like rain. I like sun. I like heat. I like to sweat, which is also weird. But yeah, no, Washington was cool. I like the people. The fields were nice. The place is nice. It's just too gloomy for me. And it's gloomy all the time.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I can.
I
do
could
that.
understand.
yeah,
Right,
it was a bit much for me, honestly. And probably the most
What about
depressed
you?
I've been. Honestly.
You want to be in the gloom?
Used to it.
Where are you from?
Iowa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
I don't think I could do that. That would be tough to live in for sure.
Yeah.
Plus, it's hard to play baseball in the rain.
Oh, every game was
Misty per se.
Wet.
Yeah, everything was
Yeah,
wet. Shoes were
that's-
always
That'd be
wet.
yeah, that'd be
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
But-
your toes get cold every time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we had this thing called a bridge run, and it was the longest. I think it was like a 2-mile run, and we had to do it before classes. We would
Oh,
lift
wow.
at like 5:45 in the morning,
Uh-huh.
and we would have to lift and then do a bridge run. And for some reason, every time we had the bridge run, it was raining. And I just hated my life there, honestly. But the people were awesome. It's just too gloomy. And then I ended up here in Kansas. I graduated from Southwestern. Spent my last 2 years in
Your last two there.
Yeah.
Who was was it Frady?
Frady.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the first year for the program
Gotcha.
in 2017. 2017?
Yeah, it had to be right around
17 or 18.
I think
one
he
of
was
the-
there for 4 or 5,
Yeah.
maybe 6 years. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
were
I don't
the
remember.
first team when they fielded a team.
Gotcha.
That was
Yeah.
cool. Honestly, that first year, my junior year, I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
No expectations, no one in the conference kind of knows who you are, so it's
Right.
kind of new kids on the block, and it was cool.
Did you have
It was just-
anybody come with you from Washington, or were you the
Yeah,
only
I
one?
had the twins. I had 2 twins, Jacob and Ryan
What was their last name?
Gotchel.
Okay.
Funny because Jacob Gotchel looks exactly like you.
Oh.
Like has long hair. Well, had long hair.
Yeah.
When he has a beard, looks literally just like you.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of funny. And then
So
there's-
Jacob?
Your time trip.
yeah.
Well, what about that Birdie Bros guy that looks just like him? Just
I get that one a
he's,
lot too.
He's the Birdie Bros guy's like 5'7". Sheldon's 5'8".
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, me neither.
I do look like that guy.
Is that a YouTube golf?
He's like a
guy?
dude. There's a dude perfect guy, too. I get that.
They
one
pretty
every
much
once in
walk up to
while.
a driving range and say,
the
"Hey,
main
how far
dude.
do you hit the ball? If you do,
haven't
we'll
seen
give
the
you a new
Birdie Bros
driver."
guy?
I don't know that.
Oh, you have
Uh,
to look that up.
The first
yeah,
time
dude.
I saw your brother, I thought he looked like the dude perfect guy.
Which makes sense. I mean, yeah, I could see that one too. But
Ty?
yeah,
Are you
the,
talking about Ty?
I don't know his name.
Yeah,
Oh.
we-
I don't
The-
really
the,
watch
the,
it.
the
We
main
just-
the main guy. From
Oh
Big
yeah,
Brother.
I don't know his name either.
You know when you're
Yeah.
doom scrolling.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Why would I?
Yeah,
know that?
I don't know that.
Yeah.
What are
the,
you talking about?
the birdie
Actually,
guy
this is a
though
guess.
is you
Oh,
should
yeah.
look him up because I wouldn't. Him and I look a lot alike.
Yeah.
R&D's on it.
Huh.
Yeah, he's got long hair in that.
So
Aspect.
did you
Yeah.
did you know Chartrand?
I knew him. He went to Central Arizona with my teammate
Okay.
from high school. That's how I knew him. Oddly enough, when I went to Washington, my teammate there was old teammates with him.
Okay.
because he
like,
was from
'cause-
around that area.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it was weird. It was like,
And then he coached at
In
didn't
Wellington.
didn't he GA at Wellington and at Southwestern?
that was after me though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That I had graduated in 2019, and then I think he was there the year after, I believe.
Mhm.
But we just, I mean, we know each other through, even when I saw him like on the field when he was at Friends, we talked like we had known each other. He's a super cool guy. I like Chartrand. He's awesome. But it was weird because in high school he played with my teammate at Central Arizona, and then when I moved to Washington, I played with his teammate in high school,
Yeah.
which is I was like, how the baseball world's just
Baseball,
so
small
small.
world.
Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Small world. So at Southwestern, you were there with Frady, so that was his first year there. So you were there for 2 years. Talk a little bit about that kind of transition because that's third school essentially.
Mhm.
Talk about just going there. So you show up in Winfield after
Yeah.
you've been in Arizona and Washington, right?
Yeah.
And Winfield's a pretty small space. We have a team obviously in Winfield, so we're very familiar with the community. We love the Winfield community. I think that they support and
Yep.
they definitely get behind things, which is awesome. But what was your experience like there in Winfield?
Honestly, I loved it. Going in, I don't need to do a whole lot of stuff, so I can kind of live anywhere. It doesn't take a lot for me to just do nothing. You know,
Mhm.
I'd much rather do nothing. So I can
Maybe every
really-
now and then throw your friend out of a golf cart.
Yeah.
Some excitement here and there.
Damn, you remember that?
How can I
Damn.
forget that?
Damn. Well, yeah. Every once in a while I would do that, but no, Winfield was cool. I liked it. Like you're saying, the community is awesome. I can attribute me starting Cage 2 because of the Winfield community. Like I said, I started with baseball,
Mhm.
and it started because after practice, we had to do some like community service stuff,
Mhm.
and after practice, we had to go to. It was the Winfield Viking. I don't know what they were, but it was another youth baseball team, and we just had to go interact with them, and go help them out with some stuff, interact with them, kind of show face a little bit.
Mhm.
And ever since that one meeting, every time they would practice by us after our practice, I would just go over and just go practice with them too,
Yep.
and
Yep.
they would start coming to the games and they would know you by
Mhm.
name and stuff. And it kind of just built from there.
Yeah.
And that was the cool thing was I didn't get that in Washington. I didn't get that in Arizona either. But just showing up to the games and, you have that local youth teams just supporting you, knowing every player by name, knowing everyone's walk up and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, Winfield is cool though. Like going there, showing up and kind of seeing everyone and everyone's on the same playing field. Cause like I said, no expectations.
Right. First timers.
First timers,
Yep.
new kids on the block. It was cool. It was cool. I remember one of the outfielders, Javius Merriweather. And if he's watching this, I'm going to send him this clip too. He put all of the outfielders, no one had met yet. He put all of the outfielders in a Snapchat group chat and was asking everyone, what's your exit velo? What's your exit velocity? Or how hard do you throw? And we're like, who the hell
like,
is
who's
this
this
guy? Like, what?
He's like,
So-
"Who's your daddy and what does
yeah,
he do?"
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But no, it was cool. I enjoyed it. I really did.
Did you like the change of pace?
I'm used to it. I grew up country back home.
Oh,
So
okay,
it was
okay.
very slow paced for me all my life. So I much rather. I think that's why I fit so well in Winfield because of the slow pace.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, I know you don't like to be rushed, so
not at all. Not at all.
Slow moving. I like it.
yeah.
So you get done, in that area playing ball there. What was actually kind of the first move after college, right? Graduate, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And then after college, like you're like, okay, and then now what? Like, because you obviously didn't just start Cage 2 right out the
No.
jump. You were doing that kind of on the side. So what
No.
were kind of the steps to doing that? Let's paint the picture of, before you have decided to like go all in and
Yeah.
like do your thing.
So I actually didn't even want to coach. I had zero plans to this at all. I did not want to coach. I told myself, like, if people ask to coach, I'm not doing it. I think my senior year was it was so anticlimactic.
Mm-hmm.
Climactic.
Yeah. Because there was team drama. There was people missing workouts, people missing practice. And it was more internal than it was external, which was sad because we had the talent. So I think I was so bitter about how it ended. I just wanted nothing to do with the game. Like I just wanted to work, kind of buy a dirt bike, ride my dirt bike, and call it good, And so that's what I did for a little while. I worked. I got a job right out of college, and did that for a little bit, and started playing slow pitch. And that's how I met Dave. Started playing slow pitch, and from there, I was bartending a wedding. And one of the guys that I played slow pitch with, he came up to me and was like, "Hey, I played against you. I've seen you play. Can you come help my outfield girls?" I was like, "You don't have to answer me now. Just think about it. Let me know." So I ended up getting his number. Yeah, I'll come out. I'll come help. And after the first practice where I went to go help them, I was like, "Yeah, this is what we're doing. We're in. Let's do it." And that's after 2 years of saying I'm not coaching. So my plan was just to, work corporate and kind of advance as much as I could there. And now I don't work corporate. And
What was that team?
it was Synergy.
Okay.
Team Synergy.
That was the first
Yeah.
one. I gotcha.
And they were, at the time, they were 12U, second year 12U. So they were young.
Yeah.
And now I've watched a lot of the girls graduate, or I've watched them. Now they're a senior. And they still know me as Shay, as they met when they were 12U, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we get we obviously here at Parisi, we see kids that, there's just, I don't know, it's hard to even put that kind of into words, like being a part of the journey, seeing them develop and continue to grow up, kind of, it's kind of a parental type of thing. Like you get to watch them like grow up in front of your eyes, but then you get to help them, for the ones that really want it and try to go to college and keep trying to keep playing and keep going and keep going. When they achieve that, it's just it's a surreal feeling,
It really is.
To see that happen, but then also just to play a small piece of that and just be that supportive role because you get to influence them in certain ways that their parents don't because you're a coach, and you get the opportunity to be that positive role model for them as a coach. And when you were probably thinking about coaching, those are the things that you didn't even probably even know,
No.
because I didn't
No, not at all.
he didn't even have an idea of like how much that's going to mean to me later down the road. But, like you look at it and it's a lot of, like taking the leap, right? Which I'm sure we're going to talk about here. But, just getting into that process of being, hey, I'm going to try and run a business. I got to figure out how to make all that work. Like, what is this? What is that? But then you get to see the big picture stuff of like, man, I'm really helping like change some people's lives.
Shaping mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about that a little bit. So now that you're going all in, and like Cage 2 is like the thing, like what does that mean to you, and how are you, kind of seeing that come full circle?
Yeah. It's funny that you bring that up. The whole, it's more than like being a coach part, because from the beginning, what I understood this as a player, but it was just never it was never something that I thought about when I was starting to coach.
Mm-hmm.
But when these kids come, especially hitting's hard, so especially and girls, emotional creatures,
Mm-hmm.
you get let in when you gain their trust and they understand that you're here for more than just them hitting.
Yeah.
They let you in, and they, when they're feeling bad and they're, into like their personal life, they'll let you in and they'll let you know. And that's not something I even thought of.
Yeah.
I just thought, I'm going to teach them how to hit and, we're going to be good. But as a player, I understood it's more than that, which is weird that I never took that approach initially. That, you got to care for the player first. But after I kind of realized that, that's kind of what I built Cage 2 on, was, you gotta care for the kid first. You gotta care for the kid first, and then once you kind of break that wall down a little bit and they trust you, then you can coach them.
Right.
And I've taken that approach with almost every kid, and I mean a lot of the kids I've retained for, over 3 years, and it's like they're my kid.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're physically like my kid,
Right.
and I kind of know them. They know me.
Mm-hmm.
When they're in a bad mood, when something's going on, I can tell. We talk about it. They can. It's not just come here, put your feelings aside, and it doesn't matter,
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it does matter.
Yeah.
That
Well,
affects performance. That affects
100%.
everything,
That's what I was going to say is high level athletes,
Yeah.
and you start to think of athletics at the level that you're trying to coach them towards. Like the mental side of the game is the most important part.
Yep.
You can't just, I mean, don't get me wrong, like it can be a release, right? Like you can pull up to the cage and just be like, don't freaking talk to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm swinging 100 times and
Yeah.
like leave me alone. You
Yeah.
know, like I've had those days where it's just like bang, 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 like just leave me be. But then the other part of it is like, how do we develop this? How do we work through this problem? Like, we always talk about in Parisi, like athletes are, high level athletes, like the ones that are trying to play in college, like ultimately they are good at solving problems.
Mhm.
Right? They identify problems, they see problems, and then they fix them, but then they also can perform through it.
Yep.
And when you talk about professional athletes, like those guys and gals do that at a level that's just like it's unfathomable.
Elite,
But
yeah.
it's crazy. And so like when we're sitting here, we had this talk the other day when we were going through like youth sports and things like that. Like we're, especially as parents, you look at these kids and you're like demanding this out of them and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, these kids don't even have the brain capacity to do some of this sometimes, like you got to be able to level with them, have a conversation with them.
Yep.
And then ultimately as a coach, like our job is to try and teach, right? Like we have to be compassionate in that and like try to help them learn to understand it. That's the whole reason they're working with you.
Yep.
Is to work through those problems and get better at them.
Yep.
So that side of it's awesome to hear that
Yeah.
that's a foundation for you because
yeah.
that's why that's a big, not the only reason, like, but it's a big reason why I'm guessing that people love working with you is because you're doing it for the right reasons at the end of the day.
I think when you look at it the way that, toughness is not, when you're trying to get a kid through something, toughness is not just subsiding feelings. It's equipping them with the knowledge on how to solve where they're at.
Yeah.
That's toughness. That when you equip them with that knowledge, it's like water off a duck's back.
Yep.
It doesn't get absorbed. It doesn't hit as hard when they get to that roadblock, because they already know how to solve it. And that to me, that's teaching toughness. It's not hey, go run in the 120-degree heat for 5 miles, build, obviously.
Go run
there's-
across that bridge.
Yeah,
and get
yeah,
wet.
go run across that rainy bridge or something.
You
know?
condition right now.
But I mean, you can benefit from that. You can benefit from that. But
No, you can't. It's impossible.
when you're talking about like the mental side though, you got to equip them with the knowledge on how to solve it. You're not going to get anywhere if you get to the roadblock and they don't know how to solve it, and it's just a circle that you're circling around.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So talk to us about partnerships. You were the leading person in helping us find a new bat company
Singer.
with the Kansas Collegiate League Baseball and Summer Ball Showdown. I just remember seeing your little training bats and that you were down there.
So they worked, huh?
And then I reached out and you're like, here you go.
Yeah.
And
Didn't you just get a training bat? Little, isn't that what that's called? Little mini bat.
what's it called? Like the little club thing?
The one hand bat? What are you talking?
What is the thing you got? You're a liar. You're lying. What is it? What's it called?
Sean's silent competition over here.
Oh, whatever.
What's what called?
The little bat. Little
Oh, just a one hand bat. Yeah.
one
Oh.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
so-
that
From
the
Zinger?
same one? Is it Zinger?
I mean, we have discount codes.
Yeah. Guess what? I just went on Amazon and bought one.
Kansas Sports HQ discount 10%.
Yeah. but yeah, so talk to us about that. You have some connections everywhere. I mean, you extended with Shields and stuff like that. So talk to us about, those relationships that you're building outside of just doing your day-to-day, training with your athletes.
So we'll start off with Zinger, I guess. Zinger, I swung Zinger in high school because our hitting coach, he never let us hit with metal. You had to hit with wood. Whether it was on the field or in the cages, you had to hit it with wood. And a lot of us swung Zinger. It was either Zinger or Chandler. And I was familiar with the company, and then when I went to Arizona, I don't know if we were sponsored or what by them, but we had to swing Zinger.
Mhm.
And you could choose from 3 models. So I'm very familiar with it. Well, years down the road, Donnie,
Mhm.
who I put you in contact with, Donovan McMullen, I played with him at Southwestern.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the guy in the back. If I'm not mistaken,
He's the GM.
yeah, he's running stuff.
Yeah.
And it was all it's awesome. It kind of comes full circle, a company you're familiar with, guys actually back there doing it.
Yeah.
Not just on the front desk just showing face and stuff.
Mhm.
He's actually back there doing it. And when I got my 2 training bats that I always post on social media, I went there when he was making them and painting them, and actually have pictures of them, unlacquered, not lacquered or whatever.
Mhm.
Grammar's terrible today, but no stickers, no nothing. And so just to see it like raw was cool. And they're awesome. I forget his name that I talked to, but he was also cool. I think he had something to do on the hitting side, the strength side.
Scott.
I don't know. He was pretty big though.
Scott.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't remember people's names a lot.
Yeah.
I just know Donnie.
Faces.
Yeah.
You know Donnie's name.
Yeah.
And then talk about your extension with Shields.
Yeah, Shields is sick. Those guys are awesome. So you always think, big box. Whenever you think big box store, you don't see, or you don't think community outreach. You don't think anything local. It's honestly the exact opposite with Shields. I just had a meeting with them last December to talk about 2026. And one of the first questions that they asked me was like, how can we help you? It wasn't, what kind of numbers do you pull in for social media? How can you help us? Can you put people in the door for us? It was never that. It was, how can we as Shields support Cage 2? And I thought that was sick, honestly.
Sure.
Because that's just not something you think of when you think of a big store, And shout out to Emily and Red. Those are the two girls that I deal with. And the baseball and softball section too, but they're my main contacts there, and they're awesome. They're super nice people. They care about Shields, and they also care about Cage 2. But if I need support somewhere, whether it's equipment or somewhere, obviously they have to run it by people, but they're always willing to see what they can do. If they can support, they'll support. If we need to take a different route, we'll take a different route. But those people are top notch.
Is that who you go through for your giveaways too?
What-
I haven't seen you do a giveaway in a while.
I kind of stopped them for a little while because I feel like I was doing them too much. I love doing giveaways, but I feel like I was doing them a little bit too much.
the bat giveaway or whatnot. Yeah.
So the bat giveaways and stuff, I'll buy the bat myself and do the giveaway. And that's just to do something fun. It's not really. I don't really make a whole lot of money off of them. I don't really care to make a whole lot of money off them. I just think they're fun, you know.
Brings
Especially when
eyes
like,
to your
especially when
stuff,
the new bats come out mainly. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's
everybody's
not-
got to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Shields, they're awesome. They're cool partners, and all of my merch, I'll be running Shields on them this year. So right on the sleeve.
That's cool.
Pretty cool.
You're like a brand ambassador, basically.
Yeah, pretty
Kind
much.
of.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it. No,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
Repping them. We can't get Shields to work with Summer Ball Showdown at all. Bunch of haters.
Whoa.
I mean, we like what they do with everyone else except for us.
Oh,
Does that make sense? Like when they're in the communities with like League 42
Yeah.
and
Oh, they do
And,
so much
they-
community work.
yeah,
they do a
it's-
lot of
They
stuff
do a
with
lot
League
of great
42.
community.
They just
stuff.
work with the NBC. They don't work with us.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use Shay as
Maybe
my
that's why.
bargaining chip now.
maybe that's why, because they're already doing stuff with NBC.
Oh,
Well, they
I don't
were.
know.
We beat them to the
Oh.
combo. They just went with them because they're more corporate.
Oh,
So, and we're in Goddard. That's I think the other
are we in
part of it.
Goddard right now?
No,
No,
but
the Summer Ball
tournament is.
Showdown is.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah.
yeah, no, we're still West Wichita. It's been a minute since you've been out west, huh?
Yeah.
If they had
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they had a West Side store though, I guarantee you they would do some stuff with us.
I'm
That's
just
the hard
saying,
part. Theirs is way out east.
you guys drive different out here.
Oh yeah.
Out here in the west side? What? I'm used to just being on the east side, and they're a lot calmer. Everyone's just crazy here.
On the west side of town?
Yes.
I'd believe
That's why I
that.
don't come to Raising Cane's a whole lot. It's just,
I mean, it's all
Crazy
highway
that
though.
that's why everyone thinks they can go 95 on the highway.
I mean, Texas bleeds right up here, doesn't it?
We're
you
in
ever drive? Do you ever
Kansas.
drive in Texas?
We're in Kansas.
They
so-
still fly on the
You don't
highways
speed very
everywhere.
much.
Me?
Yeah, no, you're not a speed driver.
No, I just hit.
You just
curves and
sleep.
stuff.
You're a
Yeah,
sleep
Yeah,
sleep,
I just-
sleep
I just
driver.
fall
Yeah,
asleep.
yeah.
You're a
yeah.
sleep driver, not a speed driver.
Second I sit down in my car, I get narcolepsy.
That's,
Like,
that's
oh,
real.
this is so
Yeah, it's real.
comfortable.
That's real?
It's real.
That's
Like, really? Real?
What?
Do you actually?
No, I just
he
more
just-
more than
undiagnosed.
more than
Gotcha.
other people.
he has a knack for finding a curb here and there.
Yeah,
Damn.
smashing rims.
You know, when you
What?
sit in that Impala, you just kind of feel like
Oh,
it's
man.
or
Yeah,
Malibu.
Yeah,
sorry.
Malibu. Yeah.
Yeah, watch it.
My bad. Sorry.
What other stuff do you have going on in life? I mean, I have you on social media, so I know you like making straight lines in your yard.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I love mowing. I love mowing.
Yeah,
Mowing's-
I kind of
mowing's
do
good.
too.
I'm
actually.
waiting for the grass to grow.
Oh,
It's-
man.
it's like it's every man's dream.
Oh,
to just
yeah.
have a beautiful checkered yard.
I bought a bad boy stand on.
Oh,
More money than I should have spent, honestly.
Well,
But it made me happy, so I said whatever.
Yeah.
And I wait for the grass to grow.
because you really feel like a
Like
bad boy. When
I-
yeah,
I know.
you're
Oh,
man.
You know, there was
boy.
a. Hey, it's funny because there was a thing that was like, "You want to be a bad boy ambassador?" I'm like, "Yeah, I wanna-
me just
I
get 'em
do.
on this thing.
Yeah, give me a shirt. Or something.
Instant,
I don't
instant,
know.
Give me a
instant
sign.
decline because you're not
Yeah.
the ambassador that they want.
Yeah,
give me a
I
sign to
don't
put in
Different.
the yard.
know. I don't know.
This
Like,
is a
give me a,
bad
size,
boy
a
law.
hat. You know, just throw me a shirt. I'll wear it.
Yeah.
I'll wear it
While you're mowing.
while I'm mowing.
While you're mowing.
I
Yeah.
live on a pretty busy street. You know, people will see it. They see the orange. They'll see the shirt.
They see
Yeah,
you.
that
They
yard
see you
looks
out
good.
there every second day trimming
I need to
everything.
get Banks
When-
a bad boy shirt.
So
just
when
that
I
I'm wearing
when I
every
first
day.
got the mower, I was out there every 2 days. Just going
Lining
over the
it up?
lines. Just
Yeah.
going over the lines.
Keeping
That's
it-
fun.
keeping it-
Nothing to cut. Just
Still
going.
riding dirt bikes then?
Still riding dirt bikes. Bought
Okay.
a new one. Yamaha. That thing is dumb.
Also a bad boy.
Bad boy Yamaha. No, that thing is
That's what they need.
that thing is ridiculous. Probably more power than I need, than my big body needs. You know?
Sure. Sure. So, what's your? I mean, I feel like we want to dive more into you being, you leaving the corporate world, and just taking that leap of faith. Like, what makes you feel like it's just there now, or is it because the corporate world wasn't
I'll keep it PG.
okay? I mean, you don't have to
I'll keep it
unless you plan on posting this too.
Well, honestly, the last place I was at, dude, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like being watched they took me out of my office, put me in the middle of the floor, me and like 4 other people in the middle of the floor, put 2 cameras facing us. Like, it was just ridiculous, dude. And I don't know. It to me, if I'm gonna work for you, I'm gonna work. You know what I mean? But what the what's it? The straw that broke the camel's back.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a Hawaiian term.
It's not. We don't got camels.
Fair enough.
Are we sure?
For sure. Confirmed.
You've been there, so
Yeah.
I haven't.
But the last straw was when I left 30 minutes early. I was on salary. I left 30 minutes, not 3 hours, not half a day, 30 minutes early. Approved by my supervisor. Left 30 minutes early so that I could do a little bit of bat stuff with Shields. They were coming down to Derby. They were doing like some bat knowledge stuff. 30 minutes. I got pulled in the next day. Cut my pay, put me to hourly. Because apparently, outside employment was interfering with my job at work. I was sitting there, done. Like, literally just sitting there, doing nothing.
Right.
And so I knew I had to, or I wanted to leave a little bit early, so I made sure my stuff was done. It wasn't like I had stacks of stuff to do. Okay, I'm out. You know, I was done for the day. Left 30 minutes early, got approved by my supervisor. CEO comes in the next day, or comes in after I leave because I have to pass his office. Comes in right after. Keep in mind, when he walks into the factory, he says nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And right after I leave, he comes in looking for me all of a sudden. All of a sudden, I'm wanted. You didn't talk to me this whole time. What do you need? You know what I mean?
Sure.
And takes a lap around the factory, goes straight to HR. And this is the story I was told. So, you know, if I'm wrong, this is the story I was told. Takes a lap, looking for me, asking everyone where I'm at. Everyone but my supervisor, who approved me to leave.
Sure.
Goes straight to HR. Where's Shay at? HR doesn't know. HR calls my supervisor. Hey, where's Shay at? Oh, I approved him to leave. Okay, boom. Next day, they pull me in after a meeting. Yeah, we're cutting your pay and we're putting you to hourly.
So that was it, and then
That was. I wish there was more to the story. That
and then
literally is the reason
boom,
why.
I'm going all in.
Well-
this is
Well, I started acting like a prick after that. To be honest with you, okay. This one's on me. I was bitter. Like, what am I getting my pay cut for? You know what I mean? I didn't do anything. I left 30 minutes early. You know, and after that, I kind of was given some attitude to some old higher ups.
like age-wise?
Age-wise,
Okay.
yeah. And there were some people, like 3 people up top who were, you know, whatever.
Thank you. Sean.
And so I started, my attitude changed a little bit. I started
Sure.
just kind of not giving a shit. And after that, I was like, you know what, this is, you know, probably just need to call it. And at the time, it was, you know, Cage 2, we had been kind of taken off already. And I was starting to lose money because I didn't have the time to not only take on more clients, but to dive deeper with the kids.
Sure.
So it was kind of that breaking point where it's like, all right, you either something's gotta give, you know. And so I quit. And now I'm full-time with Cage 2.
It's awesome.
It's been about 4 months. I would say. 3-4
Did
months.
you ever have an experience working for yourself where you had to cut yourself down to hourly and, you know, you had a meeting with yourself? It's like yesterday you left a little bit early.
Are you
So
saying
now-
like, did I look in the mirror about the whole situation?
No, I'm just making a dumb joke
Oh,
now that you're working for yourself.
oh.
Do you ever,
That-
have you demoted yourself?
I'm 5'7" on a good day. A lot of stuff's gonna go right above my head. Okay, so unless you're gonna be like literal with it, I'm probably not gonna get it. But
Do you ever have a
Facts.
moment?
So many times I've seen that.
yeah, see, Dave can
but
confirm.
but yeah, I think it's weird. I haven't had much experience in the outside corporate world,
Mhm.
I will say, but honestly, with that kind of stuff, it's just more important that you're there than that any sort of work or productivity is getting done.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. I just know, like, from maybe my dad's experience or somebody else's experience, it's just like the second you start doing something that seems like you're in it for yourself somewhere else, and it's
Yes.
like, well, let's
Yes.
zone in on this person.
Let's pick on
and
him
then,
for a little bit.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, you're not all about the team here.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. What's crazy is I was on salary at the time, and I wouldn't say any other place. I shouldn't say any other place, but when you're on salary, it goes both ways,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You got to put in a little bit more time. On the flip side, if you're done, you should be able
Yeah,
to
a little bit more
30
freedom.
I mean, 30 minutes. I left at 4:30. 30 minutes. You know, you should be able to leave a little bit early.
Mhm.
That wasn't the case. It was, what can you do for me? And that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me.
So now you're doing the whole dang thing for yourself.
Doing the whole dang thing. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty scary in the beginning. It still is scary.
What was the biggest scare for you then?
Um,
I mean, now you kind of entrepreneur.
How long
but
have you
you're
been
at-
doing it by yourself? You know what I mean? Or not by yourself, but like
so
just this on its own.
for about 4 months.
Okay.
About 4 months. Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
Cage 2 has been around for a long
Cage
time.
2 has been around for
Right.
But
But like
4 years.
full time,
full time by myself.
like you're locked in, like you're all in on the dream
about
and
4
rocking.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's new. Like
It's very
yeah,
new.
very
I
new.
just got a CPA last week.
okay. Yeah, that'll be
Part
fun.
of that was because some people who I was getting a hold of wasn't available. They were full.
Mhm.
And then I also wanted to kind of find the right fit for what
sure.
I was needing.
Yep.
So it took a little bit, but it wasn't just a, hey, I'm going to put it off. It took a little bit to do some research,
Right.
get people's names. But I got one, and she's in East Wichita. Her name's Teresa.
Nice.
So she's awesome too.
Hey,
We
shout
just-
out Teresa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out
thanks for helping
Teresa.
Cage too.
Yeah.
So you talked about it a little bit earlier when you're talking about the lesson structure and like some of the stuff that you're, trying to do. So dive into now that you're full time with it, right? You're trying to find that kind of the niche in your service,
Mhm.
right? Like you want to work with not that you're limiting yourself, but you want to work with a certain client base. Like
Mhm.
you're kind of narrowing in on what makes it make sense for you. One, two, talk about how like what's the reasoning behind that, like the motivation behind doing it, because lessons, like we got two guys at the table that do lessons pretty much every day, and we coach every day here. Like it can be draining. Like you're not doing the same thing over and over again, but you are doing the same stuff in
Yeah.
some aspects, right? So walk us through kind of your thought process behind what you're trying to set up for yourself, so that way you can, although you're only 4 months in, be able to take this thing over a year and then 5 years and then 10 years. I mean, because I remember my first 4 months because it's wild and there's a lot of moving parts to it. Now, granted, you got a little bit under your belt. It's not like you're starting fresh at 4 months.
Starting at 4 months.
But yeah, talk about that a little bit.
So I've kicked this thing like 4 times.
You're
already.
fine.
Eventually I want my own facility. That to me, that's not end goal, but that's the goal.
Yeah.
I want my own facility to where my kids can come and train every day. They can get their strength training done. They can get their speed work done. They can get their hitting done. To me, hitting's number one. They can get their hitting done. If we got pitchers, get your pitching done, whatever. But that's my goal, is to, I want to stay in the Derby area. I feel like it's a good area. I feel like there's a lot up here in Wichita anyway. We don't need another one. But I feel like the Derby area specifically needs someone who is going to provide the environment to grow.
Yeah.
And I don't see that in Derby right now. There's a lot of talent in Derby. You got Derby High School, 9A. They got a billion kids, you know. But the environments, they got to come to Wichita. Why not just have it in Derby? You know, why not have the environment to where they can come and be a dog? Why you got to go to Wichita for that? You know what I mean? And that's my goal is right now it's dive deeper, kind of build a better base on diving deep into hitting. Understand metrics. That's why I got the Rapsodo. You know, how deep can we get with the hitting and how quick can we solve the problem? Dive deeper there and then get my own facility. Even if it's not a big facility like this, like a small warehouse, real small warehouse.
So
you know?
2 cages.
1 big cage, 4 small cages, because I want the kids to be able to come whenever they want.
So would you be cage 5?
We would be, I would call it the hitter's house.
Oh, the hitter's house.
So actually, speaking of the hitter's house, I'm starting, it's been going on behind the scenes.
More Kansas sports
Hey,
breaking
breaking
news.
news.
Let's go.
It's
I
a
love this.
damn.
Nobody ever noticed.
Yeah.
Um,
All right,
so
yeah,
The 3
let's go.
people watching right now, breaking news.
So there's a lot of people who are focusing on the college kids, like the people who are trying to get recruited. The people are. What about the kids who? What about the rec
Talk
kids?
about that.
You know, what about the rec kids who are coming into travel ball who want to play in high school, play in college? So
We just talked about something like this.
really,
Yeah.
so what I started doing was I'm trying to create a budget-friendly, interactive video grouping, for lack of a better term, to where kids who don't have the budget for it, because lessons are expensive, they add up quick. Why not give them a budget-friendly option to where everything that I teach in Cage 2 can be put on video in 1 to 2 minute clips, because that's the attention span of kids nowadays, and sell it, whatever, to the rec kids. We already got people who's focusing on the college kids. What about the kids who are young and want to get better? You know, so we're kind of working on that too right now. So
Who's we?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
me and my camera.
Yeah.
So that's also where I'm wanting to take
So-
this to take it online a little bit
Uh-huh.
to reach the rec kids in Derby, the rec kids in Winfield that I started with. You know, maybe the rec kids in Wichita, whatever.
Yeah.
Because like I said, lessons do get expensive.
Sure.
And you know, the base starts at about 10U. 8U is fun, 10U is still kind of fun, but the base knowledge starts there.
Yeah.
And they need attention too. And I don't see anyone giving them any attention right now.
Right.
So yeah, that's
So
kind of the
y-
motivation.
So
behind
it sounds like after you left the corporate life and you're kind of looking back at all the stuff that you really want to focus on the youth up to a certain level, you know, maybe like you said, kind of weed out the ones that are going to be older per se, but
Well, I say that, but in the last 3 months, I would say the caliber of kid that has reached out to get work in has stepped up. I used to, and I still kind of do, I used to get just the kids, freshly coming out of rec, needing work. But I would say probably about the last 3 to 4 months, that caliber, now I have juniors in high school, seniors in high school.
well, yeah, you got your Rapsodo. They want to know their exit velo so they
No,
can get
this was
recruited.
this was before that. I only had the Rapsodo for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's just, I think everyone's just searching for different eyes, different point of views, you know, and I need to make myself a little bit more available for them, because that's from a business standpoint, it's money left on the table. From a hitting standpoint, that's maybe I have something that they need adjusted. I don't know. I don't know, you know, but
I think it's a good, from a growth type mentality. Like, offering something like that, especially to youth athletics, is impactful.
Mhm.
And I think that there's definitely people out there that would take advantage of it. The spin is you want to, or at least what I think is, the spin is like, how do I give them enough to where it's going to make a difference? But then it's also like, hey, this is a way that we can start the process
Yes.
earlier. So it's a way that you guys get some value
Yep.
out of my time, effort, and energy that I'm putting into it. But then it's like, hey, like, let's find ways to, eventually have you work with me at some point in
Mhm.
time, which, so that portion of the plan I love.
Selfishly, I would love every kid that comes my way, I'd love to work with them.
Right.
But what I want them to get out of that is get a good base knowledge, and it doesn't matter what hitting coach you go to.
Right.
You have a solid base to stand on
Right.
that you can take off with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm wanting. That it's not going to be nitty gritty like how I am with the high school kids.
Mhm.
It's going to be very basic. Okay, this is your base right here. If you continue working at home, whatever, you go to another hitting coach, you have something to stand on instead of starting from square 0.35. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
100%. Well, and for you too, like as a instructor, you only have so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
You only have so much time that
Yeah.
you can actually do it. But then you also have to balance not only the time, but then also like the joy in it,
Mhm.
right? And and doing stuff independently and going off on your own as that weight hits you. At some point in time, there's burnout for a reason,
Yeah.
and like being smart about that and being able to balance all that it's an art. Like there's just a lot that goes into it, and you got to have the outlets to be able to, do what you need to be able to do mentally to provide the service that you're trying to provide, like at the level. And that's a way that, it's another way that you can learn to balance that and be able to, take time off in certain areas because this is doing really well, and then, fixate in other areas because now you got more time on your hands, and that type of a thing. So yeah, dude, I love that idea. I think that'll be cool. And I love the rec version of it too, because obviously we work with a lot of rec departments just with the baseball teams, and they need as much help as they can get.
Yeah.
Like they honestly, like we go to those coaches meetings and stuff, and like, no offense to the people that are there. Like I love the people that are willing to volunteer their time to come and help the kids, but sometimes you see what they're working with and it's like, yeah, I think you guys might make these kids worse.
yeah, I
like
get it. I
and
get why they're
like
at the level they're at now,
exactly.
you know?
And it's like, man, like, and like all things, it's like, well, you don't complain about something unless you're, or at least my opinion, you don't complain about it unless you're willing to try and fix it, and do something about it and put effort to it. But in the same sense, you see it and you're like, yeah, that's going to cause a problem later.
So why
these-
not be
yeah.
proactive and fix the problem then
As
instead
best you
of
can.
waiting
Right. Yeah.
until it's stuck into all of their mechanics? And I'm
Uh-huh.
sure you deal with it on a daily basis.
I remember what back when I used to coach in Iowa, I was a head coach of the junior high team and assistant coach of the high school team. So people were like, "Oh, which one do you enjoy coaching more?" And I was like, "Coaching, probably the junior high kids, because you first of all, that a lot of those kids were like playing on a full size field for the first time, but a lot of their bad habits weren't completely set in stone yet. So if I'm working with a high schooler, a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, hitting, or even pitching or fielding, they just have all these bad habits that have been building up for years, and they cannot break them. I had this kid who would not extend his arms. His in his swing, he'd just get here and finish there every time.
Stay inside the ball.
But it wasn't even like that though, because it wasn't like, anyway.
It was
I don't need
this.
Yeah,
the whole
it was.
time.
Knuckles,
body. It was
knuckles
just like-
to seams.
Yeah, it was just like body right there,
Yeah.
and he was a pretty good athlete too, but he just couldn't. I mean, I worked with him tirelessly, and he
Yeah.
just couldn't break it. So
Did you try having him hit like left-handed? Just
well, let's not dive into this. This is 5 years ago. He's long gone with
Oh, okay.
baseball. Like, it doesn't matter. But yeah, and then like I think some like instructors, which I don't necessarily blame them for this a whole lot, but they don't want to work with those either much younger kids or that rec style kid, because they're like, well,
Yeah.
I gotta
I
really
know.
work hard. Like I know, like me, I mean, I know in here, I take anybody. I don't care.
Mhm.
Like especially if they're younger, like so be it. Like just get them reps seeing a ball and hitting a ball.
Yeah.
Right. Even if like they don't understand what you're saying when you're trying to instruct them, you just want them to
The
get
exposure of it,
comfortable,
yeah.
hitting a baseball. Even if they're a spaz and they don't pay attention very well and they can't listen, that's whatever. You got 30 minutes with them, like
Mhm.
just get them to hit the ball a couple times and get more confident with that. That's really all that is, and whether it's just like playing catch with him too, like
Mhm.
hey, he needs practice on his throwing. Great, come play catch with me
Yeah,
for 30
go
minutes. So
throw.
let's just
Yeah.
work on hitting the glove. Just
Yeah.
super simple stuff, which I think I love doing, even though it's frustrating at times. But it's super important because those kids need that, and
Yeah.
like
They do.
and I know Tommy does the same. The other guy who does lessons, he does the same, like he got some kids in there who don't know their left ankle from their right wrist and
Mhm.
trying to swing, and he's super patient with them and just working on getting their foot down, swing like. So it's obviously it's good to see other people who just believe in development from top all the way down
Yeah.
to the bottom as well, because that's honestly what we should be focusing on
Yeah.
the most as instructors.
I know, and I'm not going to call them out by name, but I know a small amount of instructors who won't take green kids. They just won't do it. And I'm like,
Which is like,
Well,
is it beneath you?
it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
Honestly.
like-
It's like,
we were
you-
all there one
Yeah,
time.
like-
like-
what? I can't right now. I can't take the new kids mainly because I'm kind of maxed out right now. And the green kids, they need that one-on-one time. So it will kind of tie up a little bit on my schedule, and it's a little bit harder to schedule them because they need that one-on-one.
Mhm.
So, but when stuff opens up, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of the same thing with you, right? I don't care if you're fresh out of rec or high school kid. Let's go. If there's open time, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, so it is really refreshing to hear there's other instructors out there like that, because I know personally a good amount of instructors who won't do it. And I'm just like, that mentality right there is the reason the talent in here doesn't blow up.
Right.
why there's such a divide between
The divide, that's what I'm
club
talking
ball
about. Yes.
scene and
Yep,
the
that's what I'm talking about.
But the rec, like,
Yep.
and where parents are just putting this almost like, I'm not saying every parent decision is perfect because none of us are, but like the divide between and they're putting this situations like, well, my kid's probably not ready for like a more intense club ball. But then again, if I put him in rec ball, is he even out there getting better? Is he
Yeah.
just screwing around for a
The-
couple months out of the year? You
The
know?
gap is too big.
Yeah.
Is too big. There's no bridges. No
So
one's
it's just
building a
like
bridge
either
right now.
either save money and have him not get better, or pay a bunch of money for him
Mhm.
maybe to get better.
Yep.
Hopefully, you
That's
would
what I
hope.
was trying to say. It was the divide.
Yeah, yeah.
That's you hit the
Maybe
nail on the head.
just a little idea here. Maybe during the summer, Cage 2 mini camp for like 5 kids at a time.
Summer schedules open up. It's a good time.
Daytime stuff.
Yeah.
It would have to be on like
Yeah.
Saturday
Why?
because
We don't have to work through that right now.
yeah,
You know.
I mean, that space over there might be busy, but we might know a few places.
Little daytime action. Daction.
Oh, I'm not talking about the space. I'm
You're-
talking about me.
Oh, your personal time because
Yeah.
you like to sleep in now?
No, no, because I'm busy.
Wow.
He's self-employed. I'm not getting up until 11.
Damn. You got to call me out like that, but no. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. One day I would like to do like a small camp, a really, really small camp. Not right now, though. Probably summertime though. I would be open to trying to work some out during summer. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Well, I'm gonna get with you after the pod, and we'll talk about some different ideas. But I definitely want to put something together for Parisi with you, something where we can help kind of push people in each other's directions and do some stuff with that, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then
Yeah.
obviously help you guys grow over there, and because I mean, I don't know, we just have a lot of people that are all over the place over here, so yeah, just keep it in mind and keep trying to help each other grow in that aspect, I think is a good thing.
He has
Absolutely.
plenty of chaos girls.
I do.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
yeah.
That
They
doesn't surprise me.
they do their practices here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chaos Gray.
We don't
Chaos.
know
All-
the colors.
all the
all of
chaos.
chaos.
All the
Pink,
chaos.
white,
Yeah.
gray, black.
Had a
Yeah,
bunch
I've-
of gals in here last night.
Yeah, it was popping in here last night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
normally
it was
Wednesdays are their latter days, but they were a bunch of them were in here last
Yeah,
night.
it was busy.
I have a lot of Chaos Girls.
Cool.
A lot. And I like the Chaos organization. There you go again. I like that organization. They're good people.
Just good stuff.
Yeah, I keep
Breaking our studio.
Just so you don't feel left out.
I was gonna kick Sean, but I
In
can't kick him.
solidarity.
Yes.
Well, Shay, this is the time where we give you an opportunity to do a little shout out, talk about whatever is free flowing on the mind, and then we always close it out with a prayer. So here's your time.
I mean, honestly, mainly just shout out the Shields people. They've been, I know I post about them a lot on social media and stuff, but when I really mean it when I say they care about Cage 2. Like literally the first question they asked was, how can we help you? How can we help Cage 2? I think that's so sick because you don't
Yeah, it's
hear
cool.
about that from big companies. And just really honestly, just shout out to them. They're
Cool.
They're sick people there. They're awesome. Emily and Red. Those are the two
They
that
need to go to the doctor. You said there's sick people there.
they're sick. Yeah.
Good kind of sick.
Good
Oh,
kind
the
of
good kind.
sick. Good kind of sick.
Okay, cool.
Kids don't say that
That's right.
anymore, I don't think.
I don't
You know,
know.
it's
They
crazy.
don't.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, I like that term as like a good term.
Yeah.
You know.
They got some weird
Yeah, well, yeah, they
some
just
weird stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, Sean, can you lead us in prayer,
Yeah,
please?
sure. Thank you for not making it confusing.
You're
in your
welcome.
questioning. All right, thank you. Lord, thank you for another day. Get us in here safely. Even though, some people got trapped behind a wood chipper. Just keeping, But thank you for Shay and coming in, sharing his story. Just be with him, Lord, as he continues to go on this venture with his, self-employment with the Cage 2 growing. I'm going all in there. It's a big leap of faith, and I pray that you're with him every step of the way, and continue as he continues to impact the youth around here and the youth softball, and who knows, baseball maybe again someday. But just thank you for him and his care about the development and really getting to know these kids and building relationships with them. It's always special to have conversations with people like that, Lord. So thank you for giving us this opportunity to do what we love every day and build relationships with kids and parents, and hopefully continue to make a difference in the youth sports culture around here, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Well, that's it for episode 82, Cage2 Hitting with Shay. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Have a
thank
great
you
day.
guys. Thanks for having me on.